Well, hi there. Welcome back to Home Wizards. And you are?
My name is Eric Stromer.
Hi.
If I was in Germany, I'd be Herr Stromer.
Okay. I'm Cindy Dole, and we're here to help improve your home and improve your life. I love gardening, and I want you to love gardening too. And you know, with all of us having our iPhones or Blackberries or Androids or fill in the blank, there's so many ways to get techie to feel more empowered in the garden. So I thought we'd talk about some of these things. They're very cool tools to take some of the scariness away from gardening.
And the technology has really done wonders to improve the experience of remodeling or decorating.
Everything.
By paint, you can take pictures of something, you can match colors, you can, send your contractor an image that you want to, you've been reminded of, or something. It's amazing what it's done.
It makes you now the instant fill in the blank. You now are the architect. You now are a designer. You now are the landscaper. And in tandem with a professional, if you're hiring someone or doing it on your own, it takes a lot of the headache out of it.
You bet. So what are some of these cool apps?
So this is a device. It's called Click and Grow. And this is, picture it, a container that is very, very IKEA looking, very mod. And it is a computer inside the container that is making it a smart pot so that you can grow plants, you can grow flowers without watering and fertilizing. Okay? Are you ready for this?
Wait, what?
Yeah. You don't even have to have any knowledge about gardening. This is like, the no-brainer approach to gardening. So if you're thinking, you have a black thumb, you have a brown thumb, whatever it is, you got to give this a try.
Yeah.
It's called clickandgrow.com, and I went to the website. It's not cheap. It's about, $80 for one of these, but how fun. It's an electronic garden, and inside it has this plant cartridge, and there are seeds and nutrients, and then the software for growing the plant in the cartridge.
But how does water come to this thing?
So there's a water reservoir. Okay? And so anyway, let me walk you through it. So it measures, you get the planting device, the Click and Grow, and you decide what kind of plant you want to have, and it has the seeds, and then you put it in there. It measures all the necessary parameters. It knows the exact amount of water, fertilizer, and air. It does all the thinking for you. It has batteries, okay, and then a water reservoir. So yes, you're going to need to put some water in there initially.
But it distributes the water when it thinks it's time to have.
So it's a timer. So every now and then
it's almost like a patient in a hospital. It's being monitored.
Yeah.
By equipment to then give it exactly the right nutrients it needs to survive.
Yeah, you'll probably need to come back eventually and add some more water, but it does all the work, the heavy lifting for you.
That's kind of cool. And I bet that will ultimately someday become smart irrigation.
Yeah.
Which will really make our lives a whole heck of a lot better. Because now there's a lot of guesswork in it.
It really seems like a lot of fun, and it comes with different seeds. You can have a starter kit with flowers, or you can have fast plants, or even edibles, you name it, chili peppers, mini tomatoes, all of that, and you now become the instant gardener without even having to know much about it.
That's actually pretty amazing.
It's $80, but check it out.
But I guarantee you at some point our sprinklers or underground irrigation will sense when you need either water or some kind of mineral that's deficient and have the ability to inject that in the soil. That's a great idea. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
you watch. I'm going to create and invent this device.
Okay.
It'll be called the Home Wizards Irrigatomizer. What do you think?
Irrigator.
There you go.
Irrigator.
Okay, pretty good.
I don't know.
We'll work on it later.
Anyway, so go to the website, clickandgrow.com. It's kind of a fun thing.
Okay.
Now for some of the apps that are going to take the worries out of your gardening. There's a bunch of them, so I want you to kind of get a list going so that you can just feel smarter, when you're doing all this. First of all, there are, I can't believe how many there are. This one in particular, without even having to be outside. Of course, gardening is about being outside and digging in the dirt and so forth. But gardening is also about taking advantage of what's around you and getting prepared in advance. And so, knowing whether your garden is going to be a sprawling plot, or you're going to have a few containers, or you have a balcony or so forth. But here is a really, really cool app, and it's a garden to-do. It's simply called Garden To Do, and when you download it, it helps you keep track of all of your actual plants. You then take pictures and input what you're growing, and then it helps you remind you of what you need to water, weed, add nutrients, and manage your perennials and mowing the lawn. So again, that's kind of a smart
That's kind
app.
of great.
And also it'll give you some suggestions on techniques. Now, if you're into edibles, there's a great app called the Vegetable Gardening Guide. Do you like that?
And that gives you what? Just care instructions and pictures and that whole thing?
It's about $3, and it's designed purely for edible produce and every kind of anything you need. All the tools, all the instructions from how to grow them, how to preserve them, how to even can them. Even has some mouth-watering recipes. So check it out. It's called the Vegetable Gardening Guide.
Great.
Here's another one that I really think is cool. It's called Botanical Interests. Botanical Interest, and it's an app of a different kind. It's one of the best rated in the category. It allows you to consult and send questions that you have about your garden, and then get recommendations and even order seeds from Botanical Interest. It's a family-owned business in Colorado.
So this is why this is great. How many times you go to a big box store or some garden center with questions and concerns, which takes half a day to get there, and then most of the time the folks that work in these places don't probably know,
or it feels like they don't really care.
Or they don't care.
They're kind of rolling their eyes.
I mean, there are exceptions, and there are amazing people everywhere. But for the most part, I would say, most of them are young kids that are just kind of making a minimum paycheck. They don't really know. But to have that at your fingertips, you match your leaf, what it looks like, the spots or the insects you see on the plant. It's going to give you that information immediately. It's a great tool.
And there's an app here, in fact, to talk about how you diagnose what's going wrong with your plants. So I'll tell you about that in a sec. But by the way, just in defense of some of the garden nurseries, I got to tell you that one of my best lessons was at it's a big nursery, but it's not a big box store. But the people that were there and are there are always so passionate, and they gave me that tip that I shared with you, the triple water technique for containers.
Love, it's working.
It's great. And so basically, FYI, if you're thinking of, especially during the summer, and you're going to be leaving the house for a while or leaving your apartment for a while, instead of just watering the container once and thinking you're done, do what's called the triple dose, where you go one and you let it the whole container fill so you see it rise just above the soil line, and then let it go, and then it's fully drained, and then do it a second time and a third, and that has been fully watered.
Thoroughly saturated.
The triple.
Yeah,
the triple latte.
Hey, I understand that.
With a little mocha. Okay, here's another app. It's called I Grow It. It's about 99 cents, and it lets you know what you can grow year-round. And it's specially designed for designers all over the U.S. And it lets you know how and when to grow your own delicious vegetables from beginning to end. I mean, these people know that we want to be successful as edible gardeners, so that's kind of fun. Here's one. We love butterfly visitors, but we don't like those kind of nasty bugs and pests. And this is an app. It's called Bugs and Insects, and it has a database of 900 backyard crawlies and 400 butterflies and all kinds of ants and spiders and cockroaches and beetles and so forth. And it'll help you know if it's a good critter for your garden or if it's going to be dangerous and so forth. So check out this app. It is again called Bugs and Insects.
It's a great idea.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And the kids would love that.
Yeah, they sure would.
Don't you think?
Here's what I love too about being able to carry your handheld device with you. So you take a picture of it. Like I said, you can send it to your friend or your somebody who's an expert in this. But if you're just carrying around this phone or whatever device you have, or an iPad or something, and these apps are installed, everything you'd ever need is right there. You never have to go anywhere. It's all contained.
Yeah,
I just love it.
And it makes you feel like now all of a sudden you are that pro that you deserve to be.
That's right.
In the garden.
And it gives you confidence to try stuff.
Yeah. So here's another one. I mean, there's so many of these out there, and I love this website called Mashable.com. It's a great techie resource, by the way, and so that's where we found some more of these apps. But this one is called Landscaper's Companion. And this has all the categories there, from houseplants to herbs to flowering and fruit trees and you name it, succulents. And the cost of the app is a little on the high side, but it has all the different, like an encyclopedia of more than 1,500 plants in 16 categories. It's about $10. So check it out. Again, it's called Landscaper's Companion. And then there's one called Fruit Garden. It's all about fruit. It's a whole. I mean,
I just got a fruit yesterday from my organic fruit delivery service.
oh yeah.
Plume. Wait.
Oh right.
It's a plum and an apricot together. You know this thing?
It's part of the whole hybrid thing. Yeah,
I love it.
they do a lot of this. In fact, throughout California, where it's people want to have a sweeter and a tartar. I mean, we love complex. We have complex taste buds, right?
Yep.
And so they've come up with these new varieties every year where they basically integrate an orange with an apple, or you know what I mean?
Right.
All different kinds.
Right.
Is it yummy? You like it?
It's really good. It's a little tart, but I love it.
A couple more quick apps just to jot down. iGarden USA. It talks about the dates and the zones of where you live. iGarden USA. And then the one Bugs and Insects we love. I mean, there's so many of these. Botany Buddy is another really good one. It basically focuses on trees and shrubs, and it gives you information on about 1,300 species. So anyway, we'll put this list. I mean, there's so many. There's about 20 of them. We'll put the list of all the garden apps up on the website so you can be smart and have a little more success in the garden. Are you going to put some of these on there?
I am. I love this idea.
Garden Pilot. I mean, gardens, there's so many. I love them. The Plant Doctor. In fact, I downloaded this one, by the way. It talks about pesticides used and all kinds of solutions. You've just now sowed the seeds and you've watered, but all of a sudden, wait a minute, the plant is yellow. That's where you can diagnose why the leaves are wrong. You want to get the Plant Doctor.
Yep.
Anyway, check it out, and we'll have this on our website, yourhomewizards.com. We have more great things to help you with, as we love to help improve your home and improve your life. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, Home Wizards continues in just a moment.